All right, folks, let us get started here. We're going to do some token art for the upcoming Eberron adventure, Crystals of Mabar. So give me a second here to check my signal. We'll get up and running here. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Running here. Sounds good. All right, good. So let's see. Let's do our whatever it is that we're going to do here. I think we're going to do a quick announcement here. Okay, great. So, hey, my name is Theurgy. I create role-playing game supplements. I illustrate them online. I publish them online. I've been focusing my attention on Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition here for a number of years. Burp. So, yeah, this adventure is the newest effort in that direction. Crystals of Mabar, 8th level adventure, Eberron setting, 5th edition D&D. It'll publish on DMsGuild when it's done. Let's get started. So I'm going to push this back to here. We picked up more subscribers since this morning. Great, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. We've hit 300. We're trying to climb to 500 as our first major milestone. And so if you think today, the stuff that we work on today is fun, please join us, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, yada yada. Discord community here, Patreon here. You can follow me on Twitter at Theurgy here. Blip. And let's see. We created this book cover around episode 40, which you can check out in the full creator playlist that's listed here. You can go back to episode 40 and check that out. Right now we're working on creature tokens. What's up, guy? We're working on a white right now, so I'm going to drop some opacity on this, and then here, and then here. I stream art 6 days a week. Well, I stream 6 days a week, whether it's art or development. Just depends on what time of day it is. And then on Sunday, on Sunday I publish a pre-written, pseudo-scripted sort of something about whatever it is that I'm talking about today. And this recently, what I've been talking about is the Spelljammer Combat and Exploration supplement that I've been working on. We've been illustrating that in the mornings, and we've been posting a video about some of the mechanics for 5e combat with vehicles on these Sunday streams. So if you want to see those, like, subscribe, bell icon, blah, blah, blah. We're super close to being done with the Spelljammer book. I'm late today because I got in an argument with it about page formatting before I realized that some of the pages I had added later and didn't automatically apply the margin sizes. So when I was attempting to get the text to the fonts to line up at the top of the page for the section header, it was off by ½ an inch, and it literally took me an hour for me to figure out that you had the wrong. I thought it was a font problem. Nope, it was a page design problem. So nice lesson to learn. Unfortunately, it kept me from being on stream here as early as I wanted to, but if that saves me hours in the future, then God bless. So thanks a lot for folks for checking out what we got going on here. We're currently making a white. One of the undead that our 8th level characters can be messing around with here in the Mabar Manifest Zone. Mabar is the realm of undeath, darkness, and things that go bump in the night. It's native to the Ugoloths, which are daemon-type creatures. Not demon or devil, but daemon, a separate category unto themselves. Bragging rights. They are probably like the top dog in the realm of Mabar, but there are infinite intelligent undead that dwell in this region, in this plane as well. And the adventure is about necromancers trying to permanize a manifest zone as an open portal, basically, to traverse back and forth from the material world of Eberron into Mabar and back. And one of the side effects of maintaining a manifest zone unnaturally long with unnatural size is that it starts to terraform the ground that's coterminous, the area that's both Mabar and Eberron that you can pass through as a tunnel. That becomes that takes on the essence and the word I'm looking for is ecology of whatever plane is coterminating. So when it's the realm of death and destruction, then you have a bunch of rot and pestilence that starts to flow out of the realm into the environment, rotting away at the forest and on killing all the life and stuff like that. So that's what the characters are dealing with as a sort of like setting, as an environmental issue overall. That is clear indication that something is going horribly wrong in this area. And it's your team's, job to figure out what's going on here and how can they fix it. And that's when they find the necromancers and the ritual and the manifest zone, and they have the opportunity to do something about it, like heroes kind of do. Or, they can go on the dark side of it and take control of the situation and try to exploit it for their own gains. And if they're at 8th level, they're already a pretty significant power, so they can keep riding that train of destruction if they want to, which is definitely an option. So when when that spelljammer book is finished, we're going to be doing Eberron stuff in the mornings again. Finish up the maps and all the creature tokens, and then off screen we'll be working on the final edits for the third act, and working on start working on preliminary page layouts, packaging, pull it all together. And once it's completed, we'll be able to publish it on DMsGuild, and you'll be able to check it out. So there's probably going to be around, I don't know, like maybe 40 tokens, like 8 maps, and about 90 pages worth of text for you to tear your 8th level team apart. Should be fun. Funsies. This guy is so goofy. I love it. Emaciation Nation. That's right, it's a ghoul, not a white. Too meaty. Let's thin that up a bit. There. Now we gotta pull back on that. Right there. Much better. Yee, what a goofball. There we go. No, shut up. Thank you. There we go. Seems sufficiently ghoulish to me. Body horror trigger warning. I'm not talking a lot tonight. My bad. Let's try and get the things done, you know? It looks like we're going to finish up all the sketching tonight, and we'll be able to get into color work, so that's exciting. We'll always start with the black pudding, since it's a black pudding. It's pretty basic. There, Stumpy. Stumpy the Plague Hound. Plague Hounds are so infected with the crystals, or the how to say the sickness that comes from the manifest zone, that they're basically being zombified alive. Bad news for the doggos. Sorry, puppers. There we go. There. Peppers. How am I supposed to work that leg? Hold on real quick. Hold on. We'll figure this out. go with skew. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Merge down. Success. There we go. Perfect. I spy with my eyes someone that has arrived. Hey, what's up, Hornetico? Hey, how you doing, my guy? It's good to see you, my man. How's been tricks, man? What have you been up to? Pull that back a bit. Pull that back a bit. Hey, what's up, timely timer? 9 o'clock. I still got a half hour. We're doing okay. Good. Pursuing your purpose. Good. This is good. G to JKLMNO. Bloodhound. Black pudding. Shitty black pudding. Hey, what's up, Shiner? How you doing, my guy? This as liquidy as I can without having to be obsessive about it. Oh shit, I'm being obsessive about it already. There, and then there. Nice smooth lines. Not bad. Water. These curves are on point tonight, man. Very smooth. I use the proper contact channels for their... Oh, good. Oh, no kidding. Hold on. It's been like a month since I tried to get in touch with Green Ronin's third-party content people about how to get started with making my own Mutants Mastermind stuff. Oh, really? Huh. Jeez, oh man. Yeah, just be persistent. Just hit every single angle you can. If you want to work with Green Ronin, then you really are gonna need to be persistent. There she is. I reached out to Grinding Gears Game a couple months ago asking if they'd be interested in allowing me to purchase licensing for a 5e RPG, and they said no. A lot of the martial mana mechanics I've been developing are Path of Exile inspired, which is why I was interested. I'm a pretty big Path of Exile enthusiast. I don't have time to play it. I don't have time to play anything. But I appreciate a lot what Grinding Gear Games does. And I take a lot of inspiration from their design aesthetics. Do I need this? That feels pretty good. Let's get this little... pseudopod? Is that what that would be? I don't like the word pseudo in my fantasy. I don't think any fantasy genre game is enhanced by anything that starts with pseudo. I mean, pretty straightforward, right? Black pudding, pudding. Make it a little like that. There. Oh, geez. Yeah, defo. Right on, man. You know what? It's been 2 months. It's probably because whatever needed to happen needed to wait to happen. If your intuition is telling you now is the time to start inquiring again, it's probably because it is. You know? So good luck, man. Oh, my face. Not bad. All right, cool. That's good. So let's go ahead and X on that. Terminator exit. Barghast, HIJKL. There, bam. All right, so... Small victory. We completed our token set for black and white anyway. I think they're sufficient. Assassin Vine, Barghast, Black Puddin', in white, Bone Knight, Assassin, a Ground Assassin, Fresh Dead, Ghoul, Living Grave, Long Dead, Otyug, Plague Hound. You're saying no trigger warning? Okay. Plague Oak. Revenant. Roper. Shadow Mastiff. Shambling Mound. I love how that Shambling Mound turned out. That was so fucking fun to do. Sturge, also very fun to do. And a white. So now that we got our troops, let's start colorizing. That's our next step. And we're gonna start easy peasy and go with the Black Puddin'. Black Puddin', Puddin'. Yeah, I know, right? My curves are on point today. I think you're back in time someplace. I don't know if you're current. I was talking about curves like 10 minutes ago. Let's see. Maybe. Hey, Nitro. It's good to see you, my guy. Let's see if I can do this good. I need to set an angle for the light to properly shine and reflect off the surface. I can cheat a little bit. I want a glossiness to it. airbrush, like an airbrush sort of feeling, I think is going to be good for this. Making sure I know where my lighting is supposed to be at. I think I'll have fun with this. This should be easy enough. He says with conviction. Three hours later. Oh, damn it! I've got like 6 pages left in the conversion guide for Light as Araxis. It's about 24 pages at this point, so I am getting really, really close to done with that. So I think it's just probably another 2 weeks. Like, what is this? Where are we at? 1 week, 2 week will be the 31st. I don't know if if the Spelljammer book is going to be done on the 31st or not. I could see it sliding as much as like February 7th. If I fail and still have it publishing in the first half of February, I'm still going to consider that a massive success. But I am thinking that the page illustrations will be done by the 19th, and then I'm going to start doing the I need to do like little like combat cards for the 22 ships that we have, so like I can have like little schematic, like I can have like the diagram of the ship and I have little arrows and pointers like ballista, mangonel, ram, you know, stuff like that, like to really, because I don't specify anywhere in the book like exactly how many of each type of weapon the generic pre-generated ship models have. And I should really include that because I add a bunch of melee combat weapons that aren't necessarily obvious. Like I want to get to a place where the DM can just, you know, arbitrarily say, yeah, you can use this as a ram or you can use this as like a spear weapon. But I need to demonstrate it so that DMs have the confidence to be able to make those decisions for themselves, which is the whole point of the book, to be able to empower DMs to make sensible rulings about how their wild space campaign functions by giving them some just rudimentary physics to perform, like to use in that as a I guess a backstop, for lack of a better term. And then I gotta do packaging. I can do a lot of like the hypertext linking for a table of content, and there's like maybe 60 points inside of the document, whereas like blah blah blah, see siege weapon combat for more details, and like then I want to provide a link that takes you to the siege weapon section. We still have 20-some minutes. So while I'm doing all that techie work, I'm going to be building on stream. I'll be building the ship combat cards, because those are visually stimulating and an interesting topic of conversation. Probably worthy of time on stream. And then once I finish the Light of Xeraxis conversion guide, I'll start all the tokens and maps and all the assets that we built previously is the stuff that we can use for. I don't need to make any new original illustrations for the Light of Xeraxis section because all the ship, creature, and NPC tokens that we invested all that time in creating serve as drop-in illustrations to provide, visual candy while the DM is absorbing the information that we created. I'm not wordsmithing so good at the second, don't mind me. I'm hyperfixating on a very specific point. I need to knock that shit off, thank you. What about this? I just discovered that Mystery Science Theater 3000 now has a 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. And boy, oh boy, is that great background noise. The great thing about Mystery Science Theater is that if you're paying attention to it, it's super fucking funny. If you're not paying attention to it, it's just really great background prattle chatter that you don't have to pay attention to at all until you choose to. So it's super fun workflow music. I could check in to see what movie they're fucking around with right now. I was like, is this something I care about? Nah, whatever. We're just going to listen to it. Maybe they'll hit something. I love Mystery Science Theater. I am quite the Misty. Serve. How do I want to express this? That makes sense. That makes sense. Let's just figure out where our lighting's at. That might be an easier way for us to flow through the rest of the composition. I'll have that curve on the inside. To the inside. nib's a little off. There. Alright, well, let's just keep going on. We'll figure it out. Muse will know. She knows what it looks like. She'll tell me. Let's do this. Let's make that a separate layer so I can carve away down here with abandon. So we'll be coloring these tokens. Probably we'll probably be still working on these when we publish the Spelljammer book, and then this becomes our morning project. So we'll be doing Eberron again, 5 days a week in the morning. And that'll help collapse the time frame very, very quickly for these. And then we can probably finish the maps, like all the little, the set piece maps are done, but we want to do random encounter vignettes as well, like little forest pieces, or like lost in the mists, like a few, like maybe 3 or 4, like two, like probably 2 different forests, and then like 2 different manifest zone mist environments, just so the DM can slap it down, toss it into an encounter, and if it's just forest or whatever, it doesn't really matter if it's repetitive or not. And then we got like the gazebo and the sinkhole and the tree of woe and the gazebo, sinkhole, tree of woe. And the equipment shed. Those are the 4 little map vignettes that we can do as well. In the manifest zone, little places, just little places that crop, because there's so much mist and you can't see through it. The characters have extremely limited visibility inside the zone, so you can have things pop up and keep your map to a very, very small scale, like a 30 by 30 map space at most, because you can't see far. So there's no sense in stacking up. I'm gonna cut this out. That's a separate piece as well. I don't know, maybe the right thing maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I should be just doing like a block. Like that. And maybe I should be carving out like highlights instead. I bet that's a smarter way to do this. Clean up aisle me. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Very yes. Keep those lines clean. And since the black pudding is colored black, I can use the final color version as the black and white token as well. I could just leave it line art, but I don't think I want to. Big shout out and thanks to new folks that jumped on board today. I had 3 new subscribers today, and that's a pretty damn good day for a Phil. So, new folks out there that are checking out the channel, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you being around. This long-form study hall approach to artwork and game design, it's not slick and fast and flashy. It's just fucking work, you know? It's just work. And it's cool that folks are able to jump onto the vibe and I always did my best work in study hall in school. So I dig that casual, quiet vibe, you know, but it's not necessarily entertaining. I don't know. I was listening to YouTube streamers, and the sentiment was basically be entertaining. It doesn't matter if you're being sincere or yourself or whatever. It's what you need to be is entertaining. And I feel like this is like the opposite of entertaining. I don't know, man. I am exactly at 300 sub. That is correct. I am officially 0.1% of my goal. And climbing. I think it would be ambitious to assume that an illustrator like myself would exceed 100,000. I've seen illustrators exceeding 100,000 subscribers, but they're pretty focused on providing tips on how to paint or draw or whatever. And this is a much broader category of stuff that I'm doing, you know. The real test is going to be once the Spelljammer book publishes, how many of these people will unsubscribe because I switched gears to working on Eberron in the morning, and I limit myself to maybe Saturdays doing. Well, I need to do the Dwarven Fortress, the Elven Armada, the Kaiju, the Mecha Craft. I want to do a deeper dive into Illithid ships and Nyogi. There's the Asteroid Belt campaign I'm running for my home table that I need to build the campaign for. Our session 0 is going to be next week. There's going to be fucking 6 of us. Now, I know that through natural attrition, that's going to slim down to 4 and potentially 3 after a year or so. But I don't know how long I can make an Asteroid Belt campaign entertaining for people. I love progression, RNG, and 4X style games where you're building resources and just letting, it's a combination of hex crawl and 4X resource gathering, with a de-emphasis on individual character goals. Not having an individual character is one of the primary objectives of the campaign, because I work with, these are my co-workers. We're taking once a week a 90-minute lunch to throw dice around, the clack math rocks. And we just finished the time travel campaign. That's right, I don't think you guys know that. We finished the time travel campaign this week. So that's why I was streaming Martial Powers on Wednesday lunch instead of Tuesday lunch, because we had to shift our calendar to make sure that everyone was able to attend for the final episode. But yeah, the team ended their Groundhog Day loop. They trapped or destroyed all the gods of chaos and time that they were fighting with. And lived to literally see another day. So it was a 5-year campaign, stretched out because we only had 1 hour a week that we would play. So we stretched it out basically over 5 years, and we were using Roll20 the entire time, and the team racked up about 260 hours in Roll20, which is basically measuring that we had probably around 240 some odd hours of actual gameplay from level 1 to 20, which is hysterical, because when I run weekly games from level 1 to 20, they pace out typically around 200 to 250 hours in 4-hour blocks. So I can clip through a 20-level campaign in about, with vacation and sick time, in about 13, 14 months. And but with this dilated out so long, over 5 years, but only an hour a week over 5 years, it's still paced out to around 210 hours. So that's 3 campaigns in just 5e now that have I ran level 1 to 20 that have landed in that 200 and 250 mark. So pretty happy about that. I spent in the early 2000s and 3rd edition, we built up from level 1, and we got once we hit a level, that became the minimum level that we would start our characters at, and we would just keep building campaigns and figuring out how to run high level campaigns from the go with really advanced characters. And by the time we finished with 3E, we were up to 27th level. So like we would make a character, we'd start a character at 27th level and then build a campaign that was powerful enough to challenge those type of characters, and it was fun. But then we all have been growing, and I moved. This was in Phoenix that my 3rd edition table was at, and I moved to Seattle, so I had to let them all go. I still game with one of them. In my Curse of Strahd game, it was one of my Phoenix players. He invited me to join his online team because they were starting up a new campaign. It's like, we need another guy, so there's like, hey, let's add Phil to the mix, and it was awesome. So I have Curse of Strahd this Saturday. We'll probably hit level 4 this week. But and I've never played Strahd before. Never ran Strahd. Never touched Strahd in any edition, in any form. I just was never interested in it. But I wanted to make sure I was having some opportunity to play occasionally, just to keep perspective. You know, if all you ever do is DM, then you kind of lose the connection to the plights of the player. You know, you can get into your head. It's not good. I used to write choose your own adventures for my brothers when I was supposed to be studying, so study hall was useful for something nice. Entertaining isn't really what you're going for, though. No, it really isn't. You're going for relaxing and genuine, and a lot of people find that something they desperately need. Yeah, right on. Thanks, Renatico. Appreciate that. You know, it's if I just keep doing what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to end up where I'm supposed to be at. I mean, that just feels true. But yeah, so now that the time travel campaign is ended, they want to play Spelljammer, but we're going to have 6 people playing. But since they're co-workers, we won't be able to guarantee that they're going to be available every time we game each week on the money. So we want to have an opt-in, opt-out style of game, kind of West Marchy, but smaller in scale. I pitched the Eberron campaign idea, and they're like, nah, we don't really want to do Wasteland Crawls. I'm like, okay, that's fair. I'm like, well, we'd like to do Spelljammer. I'm like, ooh, do tell. So I've been running my native Eberron campaign is a space opera. I've been using Spelljammer and Planescape with Eberron for a couple decades now, I guess. Since, yeah, it's literally been a couple decades. 2024 now. I'd say I probably didn't actually start blending the 3 settings together probably until 2011. Let's be realistic. So it's only been about 13 years that I've been running the 2 together. But I'm gonna duplicate this layer. Line. Namo. Label. There, organized. Okay, so I think that sits pretty good. So let's start to... Nope. Nope, too not curved enough. There we go. Just like that. Nice. Come on, Kearney. Thank you. Those curves. Nice. Hitting those curves. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's try that again. Like tears in the rain. Choose Your Own Adventures, man. They are the rudimentary form of role-playing games without the dice. There was actually a series of Forgotten Realms Choose Your Own Adventures, and depending on what your die roll, you use a d6, and depending on what the die roll is that you would do, it's like if you rolled a 1 or a 2, go here. If you rolled a 3 or 4, go here. If you rolled a 5 or a 6, go there. Like you pick the trap. If you roll a 1 on a 6, like you have to roll a 5 or above, and if you're playing a rogue character, you get a +1 to your die roll or something like that. So if you roll a 5 or better, you pick the lock, go to page X. Otherwise, go to page Y. Like page Y, take poison damage. But those are fun. That's all, but that's all it really is. I mean, that's all role-playing games really are. It's just choose your own adventures, where the DM is determining from your conversation which page to turn to next. I mean, in an adventure, it's almost like if you're in a pre-written module, it's like literally like that. I think this is the right way to do this. This is feeling right. I'm like, yeah, black pudding, it'll be easy. It's like, no, this glossiness stuff is, it takes a while. But I can drop the opacity on the highlights so it blends into the black a little bit more, and obviously we'll push up the background back all the way up to 100% so it's actual black. That makes the line art irrelevant when we do that, which is great. I don't necessarily want/need the line art. At least not in this one. There, we can do that. Oh, man, my back just popped. Apparently I needed to do that. That's awesome. I love like when you get a pop in your rib or like your clavicle, and then it sets off a cascade of other things that were all locked up that get the pop now that that one like that linchpin popped out. So pleasant. That's like clapping butt cheeks. Get out of here. Massive Ren and Stimpy vibes going on over here. There. How's that for a piece low resistance? I'm going to have to look it up, and I'll post it on my Discord. But I found a YouTube stream recently. It's a Omega Prime or something like that. I'll look it up and I'll post a link. But apparently they have a shitload of VHS tapes that they recorded Saturday morning cartoons. A lot, and then now they stream them, commercials and everything. So that's super fun. That is very nostalgic, and when I want to procrastinate and take a break, I'll click that stuff on. There's always people just making fun of how stupid the cartoons are. It's so funny. It's so fun. It's very Mystery Science Theater, and the way that the chat crowd interacts with the cartoon. The owner of the channel just, he just sits back and moderates, making sure no one does anything stupid. But like, I've seen episodes of G.I. Joe and Galaxy Rangers and She-Ra and Galaxy High and RoboCop, the cartoon. Just a slew of stuff over the past week. It's been super entertaining. I'm very much an 80s child. Holy crap, it's almost 10. Okay, where are we at on our timer? Yeah, it's time for me to... It's about time for me to bounce out of here. Okay, I got 5 minutes left. So we'll go ahead and finish the 5 minutes that we have left on the block, and then we'll bounce. We'll come back and we'll do this on Monday. I'm looking forward to this being my morning project again. It's fun playing with light. Do that so I'm not a afraid of damaging the adjacent highlights. See, I'm not liking how rough that is. So once we finish this highlighting, I can blend it all down into a single layer and then smooth out the edges in an only moderately compulsive manner. And when this moves forward to the morning project, that'll leave my lunches and evenings open. Of course, one of them will be occupied with the Martial Powers playtest once we get that up and running. But the rest of the days we can spend on building out my home tables, spelljammer campaign, and dive deeper into the Martial Powers build-up, campaign design. And then once we're far enough, that'll be my secondary priority to get that playtest up and running. And once it is, then I can focus more attention on getting the spelljammer campaign up and running. And once that's up and running, then I can free up some of that time. I'll have to do recap work and like some RNG to make sure that I've got content that I need from week to week for the home game, as well as making sure I have enough set up for the week to week for the Hexcrawl playtest campaign. But I should be able to have a decent cadence for that, and once I do, then that'll open up space for me to be able to then work on auxiliary spelljammer content, like the living ship, like the living ship companions books, and the Dwarven Citadel, and the Armada, and the Mecha, and the Kaiju, and blah 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 blah. All the cool crap that we can do with that book. We can start doing all that cool crap. All right, there it is. Shut that off, and let's take this and then see. Oh God, that's gonna look so fucking good when it's done. Oh, that's gonna look really, really good. All right, this is where we're at today. You can just drop this down like. Fuck you. All right, we'll leave it there for now. I'm gonna hit save. That's it, guys. I'll be out of here for tonight. We're gonna be back tomorrow morning to see if we can finish the spelljammer illustration that we're working on, the last one for the book. Whew, man. And then on Saturday we'll be back, probably working on ship tokens or whatever technical shit I need to do. If I haven't finished for some reason, there could be any reason. For any reason that I might not have the planet illustration done tomorrow, then we have Saturday as a pressure valve that we can do that. And then I'll be making a recording on Saturday, probably about weapons in Spelljammer, just like a little. Maybe that, or I don't know what we'll do. Maybe more about like support and siege. I think maybe if I do weapons, then I can follow up with siege weapon commanders to be able to help flesh out that series more. And then so then we'll have that published on Sunday. So there'll be a pre-recorded thing on Sunday. So anyone that's checking this out, like and subscribe for that. And then we'll be back on Monday, and we should be working on technical stuff inside of the not Liza, but the Spelljammer book in general. And we'll be back at I'm doing dentist stuff on Monday. When I do dentist stuff on Monday, I take my day off. So I'll have Spelljammer in the morning. I'll have Martial Powers at lunch. We'll be building a Rakdos. I think a Rakdos Barbarian is what we're going to go with. And then Monday night we'll be back to finish up this pudding. And then on Tuesday morning we'll be doing more SJ stuff. And then at lunch, I'm not sure if I'll have lunch on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's gonna because we have our session 0 for my table. So either on Tuesday or Wednesday we'll be back. We'll do a Selesnya Beastmaster. And then Wednesday and Thursday morning, Spelljammer, of course. Thursday night, we'll be back doing more tokens for Eberron. Friday morning, more Spelljammer stuff. And then we'll be doing Friday lunch. We'll be doing a Simic monk of some sort, like a hybrid monk of some sort. And then rinse and repeat. And then from there, Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, guys. It was a lot of fun. I love the study hall, and I'm glad that this place has value for folks. So I will see everyone hopefully tomorrow morning. Laters.